Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for a brand new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's reading topic is going to be all about blessings coming to you. So I'm very excited to do this reading. I was really inspired to do a warm and fuzzy, happy reading, transparently, because I was having a little bit of a bad day today. So I just wanted to record something for us that could be a little bit more uplifting and give you guys something that you can look forward to. We are going to have Dobby here, the house elf from Harry Potter. He's going to be overseeing our reading today, so I hope you guys enjoy that. But essentially what I'm going to be getting into in today's reading is going to be just any good news or positive energy, blessings coming your way from now into the near future. So we're going to take a look at kind of the overall energy of the blessing, some details around what it is, the lessons you'll be learning, and then I'm also going to be channeling some time frames in this reading as well, so that you guys can see any time frames of significance related to the blessings. So keep in mind, let's get into the disclaimers here. This is a general reading, so some messages may resonate specifically to your situation while other messages may not. Please use your intuition, you guys, because you will know more than anyone else viewing this reading which messages in your pile are meant for you and what isn't. As a best practice, if you are watching a pile and you feel kind of confused about anything within the pile, then it's probably not your message. So take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. If you guys do want to book a personal reading, I do offer personal services right now. Check the description box down below for all instructions on how you can book a reading with me. This is also a timeless reading, so the messages can resonate whenever you are guided to view this video. So whether you're guided to view it the day that I upload it or 6 months from the day that I upload it, if you're drawn to the video, there's probably a message here for you somewhere. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get into our card selection. We're working with 4 piles today because I really wanted to kind of spread out the energy, spread out the love a little bit. So pile number 1 is going to be here, and the stone that we're working with is a strawberry quartz. Pile number 2 is here. We're working with a little fluorite candy. If you guys notice, I tried to pick all kind of like candy looking crystals. At least they all look like candy to me. Pile number 3, this is a honey calcite sphere. And then for pile number 4, we have our little bubblegum crystal. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about the next big blessing coming your way. Go ahead and select the card or crystal you're feeling the most intuitively connected to, really selecting with your gut instincts versus your eyes. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below where you can locate the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your chosen pile. See you there. Hey there, pile 1. If you guys picked out the strawberry quartz, this is going to be your reading all about the next big blessing or what blessings are coming your way. We're going to kick things off with your pre-shuffled oracles, and then we're going to shuffle everything else on camera. And if you guys missed in the intro, this is Dobby, the house elf from Harry Potter. So if you're like, what is that? He's overseeing our reading today for good vibes only. All right, so let's take a look. So we have the message of solitude, and we have Ceres. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Ceres? I don't know. Wow. Okay. Pile 1. It really overwhelmingly feels like this next blessing coming to you is, I feel like you guys are getting a time to be able to really kind of take a step back and kind of intentionally withdraw from something in your life. This is so beautiful, this solitude card. I'm just getting such a peaceful energy from this. So I feel like maybe a lot of you all, maybe you leading up to this reading, you've had like a lot of really hectic energy in your life. Maybe you've been really busy and just really like, maybe things have felt a little bit chaotic for you with regard to something in your life. And I'm seeing that the blessing coming through is going to be this gift of a time of peace. Really giving yourself the time to reflect and rest and rejuvenate and really connect back into your higher self again. And this card is kind of talking all about like, kind of like falling back in love with your everyday life, like nurturing your life as it is. So this card can really have to do with themes of like family, I think it can even have to do with like food and harvest. Metaphorically, harvest can be talking about like taking care of something that you have, you know, created, a creative project, a creative endeavor. So I definitely see this being like a timeout for you guys to nurture your creative projects and things like that. This can also talk about family as well. So I'm also seeing that this time of solitude for a lot of you guys is bringing kind of like a time where you can really nurture and connect in with your family. And as I'm parting the deck, look, we have the Hermit and then we have the Four of Wands, which the Four of Wands is also about like home life, our day-to-day, right? Family sometimes. And then the Hermit, of course, is our solitude card. But let's see. Let's get some more insight here for you. So what else does pile one need to know about this blessing coming to them? We're working with the Happy Tarot today. Like I said, you guys, this reading's going to be all good vibes. The deck was intentionally chosen to bring the good vibes. Okay, so we have the Sun card. Love to see it. We have the Emperor. So father energy there. And then we have the King of Swords. Cool. Bottom deck energy of the Fool. So it's like, I think that this time of solitude is really allowing you guys to kind of gain clarity and direction on something in your life, especially here with the Fool at the bottom of the deck. You know, the Fool is kind of when we're about to embark on a new journey. And so I think for a lot of you guys, whatever it is that you're taking care of or that you have like given birth to, whether it's like physically a child or whether it's like a creative project, or even if it's just again about like creating the day-to-day life that you love for yourself, right? This feels like it's something new for you, that you've embarked on a new path here. And so with the Sun card, I feel like this is going to be a time where you all are receiving clarity around what it is that you want to do. A lot of times when we take a break from something and we like retract our energy from anything that's feeling chaotic in our lives, it does allow us the space to reflect and sort of become enlightened on the path forward. But I also see the Sun card as being this really beautiful, joyful energy. So it's like through this solitude and this time with family and this time to nurture yourself and your life, you're feeling happy and joyous, and it's amazing. You guys also have these really two interesting, like more masculine cards here as well. So it's like, I'm getting that during this blessing, upcoming time of blessing, this upcoming time of peace in your life, it's also allowing you to like think a little bit more logically and like clear-mindedly maybe about choices and decisions that you may need to be making in your life. It's kind of like giving you the space to emotionally detach from something so that you're able to see it from a much more clear-headed perspective. Even like with the Emperor card, kind of like setting boundaries around something, setting a framework for something in your life, setting routines and structure. You know, with this kind of talking about the day-to-day life, I'm also seeing that like during this time, you guys are becoming more illuminated on certain boundaries or structures that you're needing to set up for yourself in order to be successful with what you're trying to nurture. Whether it's like, oh, let me adjust to like a new child or new baby, or it's like adjusting to something else. Let's continue. We do have Leo and Aries energy here, as well as air sign energy here with the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's continue. And as I was mentioning as well, it's interesting because like this card, when you read about it, it's more to do with like the mother, and the Emperor is more to do with like the father. So there could be like a masculine of significance that's like a father figure to you, or like your partner that you're getting to spend more time with during this time as well. Let's get a few more cards for these blessings coming to you. We have the number 8. Okay, we're gonna get a few. We have guidance. Okay, one more. Speak up. Interesting. Speak up makes sense with the King of Swords. Yeah, so it's like, this is interesting, the number 8 with Saturn being here, because this is talking about like structuring the compensation of karma towards success. Whenever I think of Saturn, I think of like Saturn comes back around to like, how do I want to say this? Like, it gets a bad rap for being like a tough or restrictive planet. But I think what it does is it helps us to reflect on the things that we need to be responsible for in our lives before we can be able to move on to the next step in our journey, right? And the Emperor card is giving me very much Saturn vibes right now. Like, this blessing is definitely, like, this period of solitude you guys are receiving is definitely allowing you the space to, like, tie up loose ends around something before you're embarking on a new journey here, is what I feel. And with both of these cards, like, both of these kind of have a theme of communication, both with listening and with speaking, which makes a lot of sense with our King of Swords that's coming up here, right? So the throat chakra could be a chakra that you guys may want to do some research on and look into, maybe doing some meditations on it. Because what Spirit is saying here is that it's going to be very important for you to use your voice during this time. This is talking about the consequences of your truth is what will align you to your purpose, right? So, like, maybe there's a little bit of a fear here. Maybe what you guys are detaching from that you're taking the time to reflect on is, like, why you're not living in alignment with who you really are and what it is that you really want to do or be. Does that make sense? And so, like, in order for you to move forward, this is sort of the loose end that we need to tie up is, like, what's my input on the situation? Like, what is it that I need to say or live and embody in order to better align myself with the things that I say I want, which then, again, goes back to the boundaries and structure, right? You guys also have guidance. Listen more, speak less. So when you're looking for guidance, Spirit is saying lean back during this time. Instead of talking, listen, which is also, I think, why you're getting the solitude message here. This could also be a good time for you guys to practice like meditation or something like that as well, because I will tell you guys, like, I've had the most random solutions and answers come to me during a state of meditation that I wasn't even thinking. Like, I can remember being so freaked out about like something I was going through and not knowing what the next step was for me. And then when I was meditating, literally the answer came to me out of nowhere. Like, after the day after I was freaking out and I just decided to start meditating again, it was like the next day the answer came. So I know, like, some people might think that meditation sounds like really woo-woo, but I can tell you guys that it really works. It works for me. So maybe that's something to try here. All right, so group one, let's get your timelines. Let's take a look and see what time frames of significance you need to know about with regard to this blessing. This doesn't necessarily mean this is when the blessing is coming, but it's just timelines of significance to the situation being presented here, okay? Let's see. We have slow, okay, so it's a slower moving energy. We also have lunch hour. That's oddly specific for some of you. Let's get one more. Weekend vibes, so weekends are of significance. And then we have Cancer season at the bottom of the deck. So we're going to close it out there for you, group one, but definitely drop me a comment down below. Let me know what aspects of this resonate with what you have going on in your life. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you are aware of when I'm uploading new content. And I will see you guys in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. If you guys picked out the fluorite little candy, this is going to be a reading. We're going to look into the next big blessings coming your way. If you missed the intro, this is Dobby, the house elf from Harry Potter, who will be overseeing our reading today, all for positive vibes only. Let's go ahead and get into this. So, overall energy for your blessings. We have the deep freeze, okay? And we have progressions. Very cool. So, this is cool, Pile 2. We're going to get more insight here in a minute with the tarot, but essentially what I feel is that the blessing the universe is gifting to you is a period of rest, okay? And this period of rest is coming for a very specific reason. And I don't know why, but I'm feeling like for this group that maybe you guys have been struggling around like needing clarification on something, or maybe you guys have been trying really hard to make some sort of progress with something in your life. And maybe the answers aren't coming to you as clearly, or the path isn't being illuminated to you as clearly as you would like. Especially since you guys did choose fluorite. this is said to be a really good crystal for helping with, you know, scattered energies or like confusion, needing more clear direction, things like that. So the Deep Freeze card is talking about how this period of time that's coming up for you, this blessing, is all about you being able to take pause and reflect and take care of yourself. Self-care is the theme versus producing or kind of like having to push or go after something. So for some of you guys, this might feel difficult because if you are trying to strive for something in your life, you're looking for progress, it might feel counterintuitive to freeze right now because you may want to continue to move. But there's a bigger lesson to be learned here through taking pause. And this card of progressions is kind of talking all about how this blessing coming to you, this is all about kind of like, this is just a small stepping stone in the grand picture of your life's journey, right? This card really talks about kind of taking a moment, especially when you're in a state of pause, right? You're in a state of reflection. You're not moving anywhere yet. It's a good time for you guys to think about like the big picture of what it is that you ultimately want for your life and what you ultimately want for yourself, okay? Because the big picture, once you've uncovered and unlocked what that is for you, it's going to help you to best know where to plant your seeds and how to use the resources you have to move forward, right? I feel like right now, as you guys are coming to this reading, you might not have the answers that you need. And so Spirit is saying that this time of pause and self-reflection and self-care is going to help you on your journey. So let's get some more insight here for group 2 about this blessing coming to them. Clarifying the Deep Freeze energy with the progressions energy. So we have the Strength card. Yeah, I definitely feel there's like a subtle impatience that I feel with this group, which is totally fine. Okay, we have an 8 of Wands. And we have a 9 of Cups with the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom. Yes. That's some good money coming in for you. No, but seriously, like, this is great energy, you guys, because I feel like during this time of taking a pause, you guys are finally kind of getting able to, like, as I was saying, kind of identify what it is that you truly wish for in your life and what it is that you truly desire in your life. Both of these cards, they talk about being able to be very independent and being able to kind of make moves on your own without really having to worry about anyone else or anything else other than what it is that you want to do, right? So I feel like during this time of pause for you, there's going to be a lot of kind of indulgent energy. You know, with the 9 of Cups, I see you guys really kind of indulging in things that make you happy, that fulfill your needs emotionally, and even like financially with the 9 of Pentacles. I see this as a time of you being able to just like do whatever you want, spend whatever you want, kind of indulge in those little luxury purchases and experiences that bring you joy. But definitely on like the more spiritual kind of perspective, like kind of the bigger picture meaning of this blessing that's coming to you. It is about you guys being able to identify what your wishes are, what it is that you truly want for yourself so that you are best able to channel this energy forward. Because I do see with the 8 of Wands that you all have a lot of passion. There's something that you're excited about. There's movement here. And I also think that this reflection time is allowing you to maybe even muster up the courage here to make some moves, to move forward on something energetically that you've been wanting to move forward towards. The Strength card can also talk about like needing to be patient, needing to kind of calm. I just realized too the lion here, and that this is a lion that's frozen. Such an interesting synchronicity. So lions, you guys may want to look up the lion spirit animal because that could be an important animal spirit that's supporting you right now. Or at least kind of understanding the symbolism may help you to unlock answers that you need. But it's definitely like this message about kind of taming impulses or taming the wild side of yourself, taming the side of yourself that's ready to go so that you have you're taking a more patient and controlled approach forward, if that makes sense. But I definitely think that during this time, just like on a more simplistic level, I do see you having a lot of fun and just maybe traveling and just partaking in events or activities that you enjoy while you're figuring out your next move. All right, let's continue for pile number 2. What blessings are coming to them? We have pessimism. Okay. We have satisfaction. What did I say, guys? And we have retract your energy. I love when like the cards just say everything that I was just talking about. So yeah, it's like, I think that whatever you guys have been wishing for, maybe you just haven't been getting the results that you want to see. And so there is this energy here of pessimism being shown, that like pessimism is when we're looking at the sad side of things. We're looking at the downside. We're like, you know, we're not seeing things from a glass half full perspective, right? We're seeing the negative in everything versus the positive. And I think what Spirit is saying with satisfaction coming up here in the 9 of Cups is that it's time for you to pause right now. And instead of focusing on movement, or as the card mentions, digging deeper, being able to appreciate the things that you have around you that you already love, right? Like finding satisfaction in the status quo of what your life is right now, and appreciation and gratitude for those things. This is also interesting with retract your energy. It says you're giving more than what is needed or deserved. Sit back and relax. So again, aligning with the message of taking a pause, kind of restraining your energy a little bit. And I just feel like this blessing that's coming through for you is really more so about you guys being able to enjoy life, indulge, have fun. This pause in forward movement is not meant to be like a punishment for you. I think it's meant to help you get into alignment better, to embrace the thing that it is that you really want to achieve. So let's take a look, pile 2. I want to just look to see time frames of significance for you, keeping in mind that like energy's always changing. The future is not set in stone. So always take the time frames with a grain of salt. And this doesn't necessarily mean this is like when the blessing is coming verbatim. These are just significant time frames that may apply to your situation that's being presented here. So for group 2, let's get a few of these. So we have the month of June. Oh my gosh. Whoop. We have October. Okay. And we have the fall season coming up. So some interesting time frames for you. And then at the bottom of the deck, we do have the month of December showing. So pile number 2, we are going to go ahead and close out your message there, but I would love to hear from you in the comments what aspects of this reading really resonate for you. So please drop me a note below. Let me know what's going on in your life. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view this reading. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you are aware of when I'm uploading new content. And I'll see you all in a new one very soon. Bye. Hey there, pile 3. If you guys picked out the honey calcite sphere, this will be your reading. We're going to be looking into the next blessing headed your way. If you did miss the intro, this is Dobby, the house elf from Harry Potter, who is overseeing our reading today. For good vibes only, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. First, looking into the overall energy of the blessings headed your way. So we kick things off with home. This is such a beautiful card. Okay. Then we also have the 6th house, sustainability. All right. We will be getting more cards here in a second, but kind of like the overall theme that I'm getting here from this is like both of these cards for me kind of talk about like routine, your day-to-day life. So like, for instance, the 6th house, this is all about like your health and wellness and kind of like the day-to-day life and the day-to-day activities that you lead, right? So I feel like this blessing for you is all about creating a sustainable lifestyle, a sustainable daily routine, which I know might sound really blah, but for some of you out there, I mean, maybe it doesn't. It kind of excites me. Like if this was my pile, I'd be excited, but this is the blessing for a reason, right? It's being highlighted here for a specific reason, okay? Because whatever the blessing is, however it manifests, we're going to get more insight in a second. Like, this is all about you guys being able to create sustainability around these good habits and around this lifestyle that you're cultivating, right? The sixth house is also ruled by Virgo, I want to say. So Virgo, the sign of Virgo could be of significance, but you know, Virgo, it's all about like routines. You know, it's all about routines. It's all about like, you know, all the things we just talked about. It's earth energy, so those more practical things that we're doing every day. And the home card is beautiful. This is making me feel like you guys are like moving into a new home or creating these more sustainable kind of practices within your current environment that you're in already. Home is also, like in the metaphorical sense, talking about feeling comfortable in our own skin, feeling comfortable and at home no matter where we are. So even like, for instance, maybe for some of you guys, this blessing has to do with like your health and wellness, right? With the sixth house, maybe starting a new health and wellness routine that you're really excited about. This would be like, when I go to this gym or wherever you're going to do your workouts, I feel at home. Like, I feel confident in myself. I don't care what anyone thinks of me. You know, I know that I belong is essentially what the home card is talking about. So let's get some more insights here with the tarot. We're working with the Happy Tarot today. So let's see what comes through. You know, I'm also getting, with the sixth house, with talking about like wellness, I do feel that this is like a 360-degree approach, meaning like it's physical wellness, but it's also mental health, and it's also your spirituality. Because do you see this kind of meditative figure here, and you've got all the chakras here in alignment. So I do think that this is like a routine that serves all. It's not just about like, oh, let me go to the gym and get ripped. It's about, no, like I want to look good, feel good, be healthy, be mentally healthy, be spiritually in alignment. It's like all the things. So let's see. Blessings coming in for pile 3. Yeah, so we have the Devil card. Makes sense when we're trying to break habits. Of course, the Devil is going to come up. We have a Six of Wands. And a King of Wands with the Seven of Swords here at the bottom. Lots of Wands energy. So we have Capricorn energy, we have Virgo energy, and then we've got lots of fire energy here. So Leo, Sag, Aries. But yeah, it feels like with this Devil card being here, you guys, especially with the sixth house, like I'm really picking up on this blessing being something around like releasing bad habits or removing like unhealthy or like tempting aspects of your routine. Like the Devil for me is like the things that are sort of like in your life that you like to indulge in sometimes, but you know that ultimately they're not that good for you anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and so I see you guys really like making concerted efforts to like move away from that, to like avoid the temptation. I also see this as like, I think of the quote, like paying the devil his due, if that makes sense. So for some of you guys, there might be like this sense of owing someone something before you can fully like move into your new routine. Does that make sense? Especially if this is talking about like a physical home, like a physical space that you're moving into, it would make sense that you have to like tie up loose ends at like your old apartment or old home, something like that, before you can fully like move into the new energy that you're trying to sustain in your life. But it definitely feels like the Devil card is talking about some sort of like bad habit or attachment or something that we're trying to like release ourselves from. And I do see with the Six of Wands and the King of Wands here that there's this concerted effort to like take the lead and to really take action toward success here. You know, the Six of Wands, I feel like you guys are stepping up, and I think you have a lot of admirers and a lot of supporters like really supporting you through this as you take charge of building the life that you're wanting to build for yourself. This King of Wands is also like a very confident sort of leadership like energy. This can be your energy of really, again, taking the lead and taking the reins on the changes you're trying to make here. But it can also be talking about like a support system that's here to help you through these new practices that you're trying to implement here. So like if this is like a fitness goal for some of you, I almost see the King of Wands as being like like a motivator, or like, I don't know, like a trainer or something like that that could be helping you with releasing the bad habits. Let's continue. See if anything else comes to me while we keep going here. But I think, again, even in the more metaphorical sense, it's like with the Six of Wands, it's kind of like what I was talking about, was like you feel confident and literally at home, like you belong anywhere. You know what I mean? And this is due to this environment that you've cultivated for yourself. Let's see. We have the number 7. Okay. We have third party. And we have the 2. Okay. I feel like in this reading, the third party is more like a positive thing, though, because I keep picking up on that you guys have someone like that's supporting you and motivating you. Like, I feel like that you guys hired a personal trainer and this is him for some of you guys. But, you know, that's what I feel the third party is. I feel like it's talking about something influencing this decision to create this more sustainable, well-rounded, holistic lifestyle for yourself. Now, for others of you, the third party could be talking about the Devil card, right? Like that you have this sort of obligation on your shoulder. That's what I think it is for some of you guys. I think this card can also talk about like obligation. So as we're trying to like build and take the lead on this new home and sustainable life we're trying to lead, maybe you guys have some sort of obligation hanging over your shoulder where you've got to, again, tie up loose ends, and it's sort of maybe impacting your ability to totally delve into your new lifestyle. But I do feel, especially with you guys have the 7 and the number 2, and both of these, so this one's talking about the planet Neptune, this one's talking about the moon. I feel like you guys are emotionally going to feel so fulfilled with these lifestyle changes that you are making. Neptune is kind of like all about our hopes and dreams. It's all about like spirituality. And the number 2 and the moon is talking about like emotions, right? So it's like this blessing that's coming in is leading to spiritual fulfillment. It's leading to emotional fulfillment. I think that through you being able to take better care of yourself and within your own environment, within your own home space, you're able to better show up and empathize with others. So, it feels really nice, pile 3. So, and I definitely see this blessing as being a huge confidence booster. I mean, you guys did choose the honey calcite, which is an amazing crystal for helping to boost confidence. So let's take a look now. I want to see what timeline of significance you should be aware of as it pertains to this blessing situation. So keeping in mind, the future is not set in stone. Energy is always changing, right? And this does not necessarily mean this is like when verbatim the blessing is coming. It's just going to kind of signify like timeframes you need to know about with regard to the situation being presented here. Woo, okay. Okay. So we do have Aries season coming up. So there's more of like that fire energy coming in. Okay. Let's get a couple more. We have lunch hour, oddly specific. Maybe, but you know what, guys? Maybe like that's part of the new routine that you're doing. It's something to do with your lunch hour. We also have the month of April coming in here. So awesome. And then at the bottom of the deck, when you put forth the effort. So I think a lot of this blessing is also contingent upon you guys getting the ball rolling, right? It's not something that's just going to like happen to you. You know what I mean? You guys are going to have to exert a little bit of effort and energy into this in order for it to fully come into your life is what it feels like. So group 3, we are going to go ahead and close out the reading there, but I would love to hear from you in the comments, like which aspects really resonate with your life and your situation. So please let me know down below. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you all are aware of when I'm uploading new content. And I'll see you all in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, pile number 4. If you guys picked out the little bubblegum cube, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on what this crystal is. So if you know what it is, comment below. This is going to be your reading all about blessings coming to you. If you did miss the intro, this is Dobby the house elf from Harry Potter joining us to oversee the reading for positive vibes only because I just wanted him to be here. So anyway, let's get into it. So blessings coming to pile 4. We have cleaning house. Okay. We also have Virgo. Very cool. Okay, we're going to get more insight with the tarot in just a moment here, but just overall themes of what I'm seeing here, you guys, is like, it definitely feels like this blessing that's coming your way it's an opportunity for you to kind of like tighten something up or sort of be a little bit more meticulous with something in your life. You know, Virgo energy is a very detail-oriented energy. It's very structured. It's very organized. It does have perfectionist tendencies, but we're talking about positive stuff today, right? But like the Virgo card is kind of talking about being able to like be like slightly more detail-oriented about something. And with cleaning house, this is kind of about purging your life or getting rid of things that are no longer serving a purpose in your life. So being able to look at this situation and really look at each specific piece of it and decide, okay, which aspects are no longer really bringing value to my life anymore. Those things are going to be cleaned out so that I can be more efficient going forward. Does that make sense? So for some of you guys, this could be like literal like spring cleaning energy where you're just like decluttering your space. For others of you, this is more of like a spiritual thing. Like maybe we're decluttering our mind of just different, beliefs or self-limiting beliefs or behaviors and things like that. This can be talking about your environment, cleaning house of like friends or a job. Just there's so many different things that it could be referring to here. But the core message with Virgo is kind of about like paying closer attention to the details of the situation. The other thing I'm getting, because Virgo is also something that talks about like our health and our habits. For some of you guys, you could be receiving a blessing of better habits or healthier lifestyle for some of you, more healthy routines. And that would make a lot of sense with needing to clean house, right? Like we need to get rid of the things within our environment that are no longer supporting our desires here for like a healthier lifestyle. So let's see. Let's get a little bit more insight here. So for pile number 4, tell us more, Spirit, about this blessing coming to them. And we are working with the Happy Tarot today, for anyone that is curious. So we have an Ace of Pentacles. We have a 9 of Swords. There's that Virgo perfectionism coming in. I can relate. And then we have an 8 of Swords here. We also have a 3 of Swords at the bottom. And I did want this reading to be more positive, you guys. So just know that, but I can't always help what comes out. So I definitely feel with the 3 of Swords here that there's like a situation maybe that you guys have been dealing with leading up to this reading where things have felt maybe a little heavy for you. You have a lot of swords in your reading. Swords are the air energies, and they have to do with like our thoughts, like our mentality, our thoughts, the way that we communicate with others, right? It can be like a very challenging energy to deal with, especially with a lot of the cards you guys have. Underneath of this is a 9 of Pentacles. So I'm wondering if there's been something leading up into this point where with like your lifestyle or something around your goals or your career, your finances, which maybe coming up into this reading has changed for you in a way that feels stressful. I don't know for sure. That's just something I'm picking up on for like 1 or 2 of you out there. But what I do see with this blessing that's being offered to you, which is very exciting, is that we have an opportunity coming in with the Ace of Pentacles. This is going to be an opportunity that is able to, kind of like with Virgo, grow into something very prosperous and fruitful for you. So this could be like a job offer coming in as a blessing. This could be any sort of opportunity that would allow you to like support yourself, make money, and something that you'd be able to grow, okay? But I do see that there is a little bit of fear around it. And I feel like this is kind of what we're releasing. Remember how I was talking about like cleaning house can be spiritual as well. And I do think that with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords being here, when this opportunity presents itself, I think that you guys might be struggling a little bit with like self-limiting beliefs around this opportunity and maybe feeling a little bit anxious about the change that it could potentially bring into your life. But it's a blessing, remember? So with it being a blessing, we have to sometimes be a little more open to receiving it and be open to change, right? It's almost like you guys might be needing to like let something go here with the Three of Swords in order to fully welcome this into your life, which makes sense with the cleaning house, right? And, you know, listen, sometimes cleaning house is emotional. Like, there's people I know in my life that have a very hard time physically cleaning house and getting rid of things because you have emotional ties to certain things, you know? So it's not always easy for everybody. So let's continue. We have individuality. We have healing. Yes. And we have new habits. Yes, Virgo energy coming through. You guys ever tracked your energy at the bottom? So many of these readings have felt like oddly similar to each other in certain ways. But yeah, I think you guys are definitely being blessed with an opportunity here to kind of retract your energy from something that has, you know, is no longer serving you. And I do think that like this Nine of Swords, this preoccupied energy is probably coming from like you guys just wanting to like see more progress, wanting things to maybe move a little bit quicker, which trust me, like I can totally relate to that. But Spirit is saying you're healing right now. This is a time of healing and the process requires patience, right? So it's going to be very important for you guys to be patient with yourselves as you're building and as you're preparing for the next steps of your life, especially with an Ace of Pentacles, right? Because as I always say, like opportunity, you know, aces do represent opportunities. They represent potentials, but they don't, it's like you have to nurture and cultivate this opportunity in order for it to grow. And sometimes progress takes time, right? So patience is going to be very important here. You guys also have a couple of other interesting messages around this blessing that's coming into your life. So you've got new habits. It's time to shift out of old energy, right? Getting rid of the old. And this is talking about different routines. So I see for some of you guys, this blessing is talking about like new routines in your life. It's talking about a new job. It's talking about maybe a new workout or diet plan, a new like feng shui is so interesting because cleaning house, like this could be something about your house that you're switching up, your home, turning hobbies into business could be a thing as well. So it's like this blessing that's coming in is something new and it's going to be great for you guys, but you are needing to sort of get rid of the old stuff that's cluttering your space spiritually, mentally, or physically so that you can fully embrace the newness that's being brought into your life. You guys also have individuality. This says be an individual. Too much of the same gets boring. So this is encouraging you to be unique and to do things in your own way. This is exciting, pile 4. I feel like you guys have something new coming in that's going to be very prosperous for you. But you have to like, just like relax a little bit is what I see here. Like no stress. But it definitely makes sense with the new habits because, you know, when we start something new, it can be stressful. You know what I mean? It can be scary because it's a little bit of like fear of the unknown. But ultimately, like the more you do it, the better it's going to be. That's what I feel. So We're going to get some time frames for you guys. Now, these time frames are just time frames of significance to the situation being presented here. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's like the time frame specifically that the blessing is coming in. Also, please keep in mind that, you know, the future is not set in stone. Energy is always shifting and changing. So just be mindful of that with any time frame that's given here. So we do have years later coming in. So for some of you guys, this might be a little further off in time, this blessing. Ooh. We have evening. So the evening time is important. We also have Taurus season coming up as well. Okay. With Libra season here at the bottom of the deck. So pile 4, we are going to go ahead and close the reading out there. But I want to thank you guys for taking the time to view this reading today. If you are not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you are aware whenever I'm uploading new content, and I look forward to seeing you all in a new reading very soon. Bye.